Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am actually getting this broadcast started a little bit ahead of schedule. We're about 15 minutes ahead of schedule, so pardon me on this moment. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Mikey Report. I'm Mike Edwards, of course, here inside the Patriot Pit for University of Valley Forge intramural basketball action. Right now, of course, you see me instead of any on-court action because right now there's nothing going on court pertaining to our intramural action. So we'll be having that in a few minutes. But want to let you know about everything that we have going on. Of course, that last week was the beginning of intramural basketball action, and we had six of our teams going last week. All six that were in the league at the time. We gained another one or two, I think, this week. So the schedule's kind of easing up for a lot of us, especially me. But we are actually going to be having just two games tonight, not three, just two, beginning at 9 o'clock. That's why we have a later start time than we did the previous two UVF Intramural nights. So we will be having all that, and we'll be getting some more information for you on that. Our one game is JBirds team, and I'm not sure who they are facing, and I'm not sure about the other matchup either. I'm just getting. This has been like just a week by week or day by day process where we've been getting information. So our information is sketchy. So when we get the information, you get the information. That's pretty much how it's been so far this season. But right now we have the six teams, most of them at 1-1. One of them at 0-2. That is the UVF Rockets, led by three-point shooter Gerald Ebon Proctor. Ebon has a unique, to say the least, three-point shot, but he has been able to knock it down. He knocked down, I think, three, maybe four the last game against my squad, the staff, and he had one against Primetime. One, maybe two, or he had one and an inside shot, I know. So he's been doing pretty well on the points sheet, but especially from beyond the arc, I think he's about 67% from beyond. He went, I think, 3 of 5 on Wednesday night, and he might have had. Think he might be more like 50% or something, because I think he had a few attempts on Tuesday night that I didn't credit for. So I'll figure that out in due time. And we're not really keeping a scorebook or stat sheet on that, but they're looking to get their first win this week, and we have a new team coming in, JBirds team, which is pretty much headed up by John Manning, and we're eager to see where that's going to be, where that team will head. That has actually my broadcast partner Bryce Koch, who will be joining us later on for tonight's action. He'll be joining us for the 10 o'clock game that we'll have here as well. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat at this time. It looks like it might be the Warriors who are currently running at, because the Warriors, I believe, played tonight, and they are, I believe, 1-1. and they will be after their win against with the Kingsmen. Kingsmen are 1-1. Warriors are 1-1. So it has been interesting, to say the least, to see how these teams have been factoring everything. So let me see if I can pull up the information here. Yeah, Super Squad, who who the staff face tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I'm sure Bryce will have the call of that action for you. Super Squad's 2-0 against my 1-1 staff team. Primetime's 1-1 after a tough loss to Super Squad. According to this, they have 63 to 58. I think it was actually 62-58 the final score. Staff beat the Rockets 49 to 33. Rockets had lost on Tuesday 59 to 18. Staff lost to Kingsman 51 to 29. Kingsman ended up losing 60 to 27. Most of that 60 coming from the hands of Latrell Alford and E-Man Toms. So and Warriors lost to the Super Squad 71 to 41. That first game they did not have Latrell Alford. So it will be interesting to see how things, like I said, pan out for all these teams, including the addition of JBirds team, to see how things transpire between now and later. But we're going to take a brief break right now. As we will have UVF Intramural basketball coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here inside the Patriot Pit of the University of Valley Forge for tonight's intramural action. We still have some time before we get underway here. We got about 22 minutes before action begins tonight. It'll be interesting to. We've had some firsts really. We've had women actually joining this basketball league, which has been a first in all my years being involved with UVF athletics. We've also had that's actually been the first, the the big first in the whole entire thing. I'm very intrigued to see where the future of this men's basketball league goes from here. Now we have so there's been discussion about maybe two different leagues, one more competitive than the other. So, I mean, it's all in speculation, all up in the air, but I mean, at least there's some progress, we'll put it that way. Saturday, of course, is the spring edition of the Patriot Bowl, the football tournament. Yours truly will be not broadcasting, but reffing. I will be one of the zebras for that tournament. So that will be not really a change, but a refresher for me. And then we're going to try to keep things pretty active here with UVF Intramurals. We might miss a day or two due to some circumstances, but we will try to bring you as much coverage as possible of UVF Intramurals, especially UVF Intramural basketball. We can't really bring you too much live coverage of any other intramural sport because most of it's not really held here in the pit. But if we do figure out, if I finagle things around, we might luck out that way. So we'll see. But for the time being, it will just be intramural basketball, which you'll be able to enjoy so much here on TMR. I know I've hit 75 countries around this world with Mikey Report coverage, and I've heard so many people appreciate TMR for not only the intramural coverage, but also for just coverage elsewhere. So thank you to all my viewers. You mean the world to me. It is 8:41 here on the east, 7:41 central, 5:41 out west. We will be getting underway with intramural action in a bit. We'll probably head down to the floor soon to try to get some conversation with some of the intramural players to see what they're feeling, what their outlook is on tonight's action. So we shall see. And we'll take a brief moment. We'll be back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Bryce Cook with the pregame from the player's standpoint. We'll be starting action in about 10 minutes here inside the pit. Those of you that were expecting the staff versus super squad, that game is actually tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So we will be having JBirds team versus the Warriors starting off our action night here in the pit. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are within 6.5 minutes of getting underway here with intramural action tonight. Mikey Edwards here inside the Patriot Pit of the University of Valley Forge for tonight's action between JBirds team and the Warriors. Aaron Holmes, who actually plays for the Kingsmen, he's actually doing a little double dip, and Kingsmen are actually playing tonight as the. So Aaron Holmes will be tiring himself out. I'll be probably groggy when I see him this tomorrow morning. I probably will be groggy tomorrow morning. But as we know for a fact, we got Latrell Alford, Kenny Murray, Azana Azrante, RJ, and Zach Williams for the Warriors. We got Bryce Cook, Nate Potter, I think Kareem Boyd, Kyler Cedarwall and Aaron Holmes. Well, Aaron Holmes tonight, but John Manning actually is the other normal player. I'm actually going to go down and see. He's a healthy scratch, so I don't know why he isn't playing. Maybe he just doesn't have. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's ready for for action tonight, or whether he's just not feeling up to par. So we shall see. But it looks like we might have prime time in action tonight against Kingsman. Oh, Preston Saunders has arrived for the Warriors. And so, and I'm interested to see how everything turns for how everything goes for these teams tonight. Prime time 1-1, Warriors 1-1, Kingsman 1-1. There's only two teams that are not 1-1, and they are the 1-1. I mean the 2-0 Super Squad and the 0-2 UVF Rockets. All the other four teams, we have Staff, Primetime at 1-1. We have Warriors at 1-1, and we have Kingsman at 1-1. So we are excited to see everything pan out. So I am excited to see where this is going to start off. And I honestly want to know who's reffing this tonight. We got another unknown player, which I don't even know who that is. I'm just seeing who's coming in and who's coming up, who's going to be getting on the court, who's getting ready. So, I mean, we have a lot of different players. Some I don't even know. So this will be interesting. Again, we will be in action shortly between JBirds team and the Warriors. We'll take a brief break here. Before we get going with action, we shall stay tuned. All right, it looks like we have Thorne McIntosh and JT Taylor calling tonight's action, at least for the first game anyway. Teams will be opening up with a word of prayer, I believe. It is Warriors against JBirds team. Action beginning shortly here on the Mikey Report. All right, it is just a little bit after 9. We are waiting to get underway here. I think we're just waiting for whistles. Some people get ready. Maybe I'll get a word with Jaybird at the half to find out why did he choose not to play tonight. Maybe he didn't want to face a challenge with the Warriors and Latrell Alford. Maybe that was the case. But we don't know until we talk to him. So we might get a chance to talk with him a little bit later. But for now, we'll just ponder why. The RA of Beisel Up and Annex decided not to be in action tonight. Once again, Thorne McIntosh, Joseph JT Taylor with the call of tonight's action between the Warriors and JBirds team. All right, everybody's opening up with a word of prayer in the center. John Manning opening up in prayer for both squads tonight. Again, John Manning not in action tonight. Looks like Kenny Murray is going to be the one sitting out, starting to ride the bench for the Warriors. As we have Kareem Boyd, Kyler Cedarwall, Bryce Cook, Nate Potter, and Aaron Holmes starting for JBirds team. While there's Emian Toms, Preston Saunders, RJ, Latrell Alford, and Izana Froyo Azarate. Starting it off for the Warriors. Again, the two big keys are Toms and Alford. Alford is a very versatile player. We know him primarily for his dunking ability. Emian Toms, mid-range to outside shooter. RJ, he is more of that point a shooter on the wing presence. Alford quickly starts it off for 3. And we are underway. Clock has not started yet. Alford kicks it over to Toms. Toms drives. The drive for Toms. Clock did not start on that on the first, so 3-2. Toms did not make that last one. Potter missed it, and Potter fouled going up. Nate Potter will be shooting 2 for JBirds team. We had some slight confusion, especially on the clock side of things. So we got some rookies going on. Rebound and put back by Kyler Cedarwall, making it 5-3 in favor of JBirds team. Alford from the top, and he sinks it down for 2. Tied up at 5. Inbound from Cook to Holmes. Holmes gets it across, kicks it out to Boyd at the top. To Cook, and tries to get it in. Last touch by a Warrior. Possession stays with JBirds team, which we're going to have to find a different name. Aaron Holmes for a deep 3. It rims out, rebounded by RJ. RJ misses, deflected by Saunders. Alford drives for 2. They kind of play it smart and avoid pressuring Alford. They don't even try for a charge. Kenny Murray coming in for RJ. It is Warrior ball. 16-10 to go in this first half. Saunders hits, making it 10-5. Looks like don't know if the Rockets are in session tonight or not, so definitely intriguing. Kareem Boyd from downtown. 10-8. Saunders tries for 3, doesn't get it to go. Rebounded by Cedarwall, taken up by Boyd. Boyd drives and is fouled by Saunders. Boyd will be going to the line. I'm guessing we have the UVF Rockets trying to gain their first win tonight. So we shall see. Tied up at 10 between the Warriors and JBirds team. RJ with the rebound and put back. 12-10. Stolen away by RJ. Tom's in and out. Rebounded by JBirds team. Boyd hit a 3 earlier. He's got 5. Cedarwall for 3. Off the iron, rebounded by Alford. Alford kicks it to Saunders. Saunders back, swung around to Murray for deep 2, no good. Rebounded by Cedarwall. Stolen right back by Alford. Alford for 3. In and out, rebounded by Murray. Good rebound by the 5-something Murray. Alford kicks to Toms. Toms sinks it for 3. 15-10. 13 and change to go. Boyd guarded, gets it off to Potter. Back to Boyd. A little hot potato grabbed by Toms. Toms loses it. Kept alive by Alford. Alford for in and out. Rebounded by Murray. Travel. Holmes back in. Giving Potter a breather. Cook misses, rebounded by Toms. And Alford with the slam. You heard that slam. Sad part is I actually didn't get that on camera. Holmes loses it out of bounds. Possession to the Warriors. Warriors up 17-10. In and out, rebounded by Saunders. Saunders back out to Alford. Alford swung around to RJ. RJ gets it into E-Man. Over to Alford. Alford moves around and he knocks a couple more down. Holmes stolen away by Murray. Murray with the fast break transition layup for two and a timeout is taken. 11:04 left to go in this first half. 21-10 the score. We'll be back. All right, we are back to live action here inside the pit. Mike Edwards here. Happy you can be with us. Holmes for JBirds team. Swings it around, stolen away by Toms. Toms kicks it over to Saunders. No good. Saunders gets his own board. Toms kicks it to Murray. Murray stolen away by Boyd. Boyd's only got Saunders on him, and Boyd doesn't get a go. Rebounded by RJ. Stoppage in play. Toms drives middle to the hoop, and he gets it to go. 23-10. Warriors are becoming over and back. Once you cross half court, you cannot get out that set offense. Alford over to Murray. Basket good. Changing angles here. Give us a moment. A little bit easier for my arm to handle on this second tier. 25-10, 9 to go in this first half. Alford overthrows it. One of the few turnovers that you'll see him ever make. Cedarwall over to Boyd. Boyd swings over to Cook. Cedarwall keeps it in play. Cook over to Holmes. Holmes for a deep three. Off the iron. Grabbed by Toms. Saunders, no good. Rebounded. Gets his own board, actually. Alford with the up and under. (27-10). Boyd to Holmes. Holmes. Three. No good. Rebounded by Toms. stolen away by Cedarwall. Cedarwall can't get it to go. Tom's with the board. Over to Alford. Alford steps in, loses it out of play. Potter checks in for Cuck. Boyd swings over to Holmes. Holmes. Three-second lane violation. A little confusion right now going on. Looks like we're having Kingsman versus. It's actually not primetime. It's Kingsman versus the UVF Rockets at 10 o'clock. So we'll have as well. Bryce, Cuck, and myself will be both making the call. $27-10 is the score right now. 27-11. And 3-ball good by Potter. 27-14. Start it. We got about 6.5 at least. Holmes for 2, and it's good. 27-16. About 6:15 left to go, if not longer. About 6 minutes left. Now they finally start the clock. Toms for 3, and he knocks it down. 30-16. Should be under 5 something to go. Instead, it's about 6:15 to go. Cedarwall misses, rebounded by Saunders. Toms drives, gets it to go. 32-16. E-man Toms over to Saunders. Over to Alford. Alford smack. Currently 32-19. They're calling. He's shooting one. It was 34-19. Stolen away by Holmes. Over to Boyd for 2. 34-21. I'm going to try to talk with some of these guys from the Rockets to see what they can look to do against the Kingsmen tonight. Boyd, no goodbye, Alford. Wasn't even really a rebound. Alford for two, coast to coast. 21. 4 and change left to go in the half. Alford with the steal. RJ going to the line. Count and a foul, 40-21. The game. This time for Cedarwall. Potter with the rebound, given over to Boyd. Boyd takes it across the timeline. And I believe a reaching foul is called. Ball stays with JBirds team. Even though JBird isn't even playing. He's actually just coaching. Inbound from Boyd to Cook, and Cook gets it to go. 40-23. 2:45 left to go in the half. Alford loses it. His second or third turnover. Boyd misses that layup. A little bit sloppy here by the Warriors at this point. As a timeout is called. 2:24 left. We'll take it with them. 40-23 in favor of the Warriors. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here to the Mikey report. UVF intramural action here between the Warriors and JBirds right now. 40-23 on the clock. Cedarwall misses the three. As RJ misses. Grabbed by Boyd over to Holmes. Holmes, ooh, he was close. Close to stepping out of bounds, but Taylor did not call that, and it stays inbounds. And it was a foul on the floor against the Warriors, so possession ball stuck with JBirds team. And that would have been sick. Saunders keeps his feet in. And there's the slam. Second slam of the night for Alford, 42-23. 1:20 left to go in the first half. Home kicks it over to Cedarwall. Cedarwall, it gets the deuce. 42-25. 1 minute left to go. It's either, is it 23 or 25? I don't know. Uh, 42-23. I guess they're holding it at 42-23 right now. As we are 30 seconds away from this half ending, we'll take a break. We'll chat with a member or two of the Rockets because we haven't been able to really actually chat with those guys on air for this upcoming game, for their upcoming, for any of their matchups really. They've been playing the late games or games where we haven't been able to get a hold of them. Alford for three, no good, and that will end the half. Score at the end of the first half, Warriors lead 42-25. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back after this here on TMR. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on the Mikey Report. Mikey Edwards here with George Machado, one of the players from the UVF Rockets. Now, George, you guys are 0-2 right now. I know it's been a tough start of the season for you guys. So what is your outlook for tonight's game against Kingsman?
Outlook for tonight's game as best as we can, play some team ball, play some defense. That's our struggle right now in rebounding. As best.
And joining us just now is Gerald Ebon Proctor, who's been hitting the three ball like I don't know what. And I mean, you have such a unique shot, Ebon. Just tell me, what goes into it?
I just know, put my hands on my head and let it go. That's where I get my power from. And it falls from me, I guess.
So what's your viewpoint on today's game against Kingsman? They have some decent players, so what's your thoughts on stopping them today?
We just got to play man-to-man, rebound really well, move the ball around a little bit, slow down their offense, force them the shots they don't want to take.
So Are you guys hoping to gain that first victory tonight?
We are. We're gonna play our hardest and try to go.
Thanks so much, Ivan. Thanks, George. So we will be getting underway here with the second half in just momentarily of the Warriors versus JBirds team, and then at 10 o'clock, Bryce Cook and myself will be having the UVF Rockets versus the Kingsmen. You don't want to miss it. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Mikey Edwards here. Second half just about to get underway between the Warriors and JBirds team. I'm trying to stay as comfortable as possible, if that's at all possible, while calling this game. It's never easy. Hey, Kev, can I get that bag of ice? Yeah. I don't know who actually got that tip. So it's going to be... All right, it is 2, even though they are taking the inbound from the wrong spot at the halftime point. We have JBirds team coming to us and going away from us. It is the Warriors. Alford kicks it, tries to kick it to RJ, but stolen away by Cedar Wall, hands it off to Boyd right there on the wing side. Boyd on the wing, looks to Holmes. Holmes drives. No good. Rebounded by Toms. Toms kicks it over to Saunders. Back out to Toms. Toms for 3. No good. Rebounded by Boyd. Boyd pushing. He drives. Doesn't get to go. Rebounded by Toms. Toms kicks it deep down the lane to Saunders. Over to Alford for 2. Over to Cook. Cook drives. Kicks it up. There should have been a foul call on that one. Saunders over to Toms. Flashes, Alford flashes in and kicks it down to Murray for 2. 46-25. 18:05 to go. Boyd drives, kicks to Cedar Wall for 2. Toms misses a 3, rebounded by Cedar Wall. Boyd misses a 3. It's 46-27. Toms kicks it to Saunders. Down to Murray. Murray for deep 2, and Murray's on the roll. Last 4 for the Warriors. Cook over to Holmes. Holmes For deep, and he knocks down the tray. 48-30. Warriors still lead. Toms flashes to Alford, who doesn't dunk it, but he gets 50-30. Boyd over to Cedarwall. Cedarwall comes to the top, kicks it down to Boyd on the wing. Boyd 4-3, no good. Grabbed by Alford over to Toms. Toms, Alford couldn't get the slam. Boyd, short range jumper for two, 50-32. Saunders for three and knocks it down, 53-32. Bryce Cook over to Holmes, misses a two, rebounded by Alford. Alford up to Saunders. Saunders gets it to go. Saunders has the last five. And again, we have the Rockets versus Kingsmen coming up later on TMR. Cedarwall over to Boyd, back to Cedarwall, who doesn't get it to go. Rebounded by Alford. Alford's got a few inches on at least a couple people. Stolen away by Boyd. Boyd up to Cedarwall. Cedarwall gets it to go. 55-34, 15 to go. Toms for three. Open look, sinks it. Cedarwall inbounds it to Boyd. As we keep on going here in this second half between the Warriors and JBirds team. Boyd gets blocked. Grabbed by RJ. Thrown away by RJ. It is JBird team ball. RJ gets to do. Does he get it? No. Toms. Alford. Alford over to Saunders. Over to Toms. Toms for three. No good. Cedarwall with the ball. Over to Cook. Bryce Cook over into Potter. Out to Jabez. Out to Cook. And Bryce Cook knocks down. 58-36. Toms to Alford. Alford trying to break some ankles. And we got some. I thought breaking my ankles were bad. Holy smokes! And Holmes loses a shoe, but we got some breaking ankles, losing shoes. We're control here. 58-39, 12-20 left to go in this game. Always securely fasten your shoes. Saunders with the tripping. All right. Ron Hutchinson and Kingsman facing Ebon Proctor and the Rockets. Jabez misses the three, rebounded by Alford. Alford drives. No good, rebounded to Cedarwall. Saunders with the steal. Jabez deflected and stolen. Or to Bryce Cook. Stolen away by Toms. Toms and Alford with the slam. You can almost guarantee a good couple, 2 slams at least, if not more, from Latrell Alford. Especially when you have E-Man Tom setting you up. I mean, come on. Bryce Cook for 2. Keeps it to under a 20-point differential. 10:30 left to go. Alford doesn't get it to go. Alford out to Murray. Murray for 3, no good. Rebounded by Cedarwall. Warriors kind of playing a little loose, except for RJ. Boyd back in. Boyd for a deep 3, no good. Rebounded by Alford. I don't know what that was about. Toms drains a 3. 63-41. Holmes answers back. Clock. Saunders for 2, 65-44. Holmes 3, sinks it. 65-47. Saunders misses the 3, rebounded by Holmes. Stolen away. Jump ball called. Goes in Warrior possession. Kenny Murray hits a 3. Boyd trying to do a dipsy-do, no good. Rebounded or grabbed by RJ. Pushed ahead to Toms. Toms, baseline tray. It's good. 71-47-9. Well, should be 8:40 left to go. Holmes misses a 3. Grabbed by Cedarwall, and he scores. 71-49. Toms 3. Good. I feel like this is pretty consistent now. Toms, Alford. Alford spots up for three. He goes a little long. RJ with the rebound and the putback. 76-49, 8:50. It should be about 7:45, 7:40 left to go, but the board operator is a little asleep at the switch. Cedarwall misses. Grabbed by Toms. Stolen back. Cedarwall can't get it high enough. Possession stays. Mel Velez comes in. Holmes knocks down. Toms. Stolen away by Cedarwall. First game of the season for JBirds team. A tough one as they face Latrell Alford. Cedarwall through the thickets, and it's good. 76-51, 7.5 left to go. Toms for three, misses, rebounded. Murray travel. Cedarwall was off. It's good to know when you're off, but maybe not so much. Mel Velez for three! Just misses. No good by Jabez. Rebounded by Mel Velez. Velez over to Toms. Velez looking spot up for that triple. And she does! Kenny Murray gets it back to Velez, and Velez in and out. And RJ just messes up that one royally. Holmes for a deep three. No good. And it's a complete, it was a 2-on-1. Cedarwall can't get it to go. Potter still can't get it to go. Velez playing some good defense down low, even with the trees that she was dealing with. 78-53, 5.5 to go. Velez for three. She can't get it to go. Murray throws it away, trying to save it and get it back to Velez. Bryce Cook comes back in. Cook drives and gets the bucket. We'll be chatting with him even in, a little bit in between games here. Toms for three, and he hits it. E-Man Toms knocks down another triple. 81-55, under 5 to go. Cook for three. Good, rebounded by Murray. Murray. Flash to Alford. Alford, slam a jammer! As we got a couple crazy guys. 83-55. I don't think it's any fair. That just ain't fair. Cedarwall drives. Yeah. 83-55, under 4 to go. Bryce Cook tries to lay it in on the fast break. Can't get it to go. Toms airmails it to Alford. I'm losing track as to how many dunks he's had. 2 games and he's had like 2 games, 10 dunks. And Boyd tries to hit Bryce Cook for the 3 for the slam. Now this is just all fun and games. Boy, I'm losing my composure here. I'm going to take a quick breather. We'll be back. Well, time ticks away. 3 minutes to go. 30-point differential, 85-55. And actually, they're going to call it 85-55. So we're calling that game 85-55 in favor of the Warriors. A great game by both teams. A little fun as Alfred was just going crazy on the dunks. I think he had 6 overall. But we got, of course, our second game of action tonight coming up, which will be between the UVF Rockets and the Kingsmen. So we'll be back. We'll take a quick breather and a timeout. We'll change camera angles and back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to TMR. Mikey Edwards here, 85-55 was the final of that first one. We are going to be resuming coverage here momentarily. And this will be between the Kingsmen and the Rockets. So we'll have 2 interesting games coming up here. One more game coming up here momentarily. Bryce Cook will be joining me hopefully soon for coverage of this second game of action. I believe there are going to be some healthy scratches tonight. I do not know. We shall see, but we are unsure. Hopefully we can get Bryce here to Bryce up here shortly. So and we'll have the complete coverage of the second game for you coming up. So we shall see what transpires. Now we got the action on court coming up here shortly. Once again between are UVF Rockets and the Kingsmen. That'll be coming up shortly here. So we are hoping to see get things going here. And we're going to be having the coverage here for the additional coverage here on TMR. So stick around. We will be right back. Much. Good. You just gotta flip the switch there. Flip the switch on. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mikey Report coverage. I am here with Bryce Cook, and I would like to officially welcome you, my friend, to the TMR family.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm excited for another great night of basketball out here tonight.
So, first, before we get to this action between the Rockets and the Kingsmen, I want to know this 85-55. I wouldn't really call it upset, but I mean, it was hard for you guys coming out first game pretty much cold against a pretty warmed up Warrior squad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they came out pretty hot off the bat. This was our first game. We started a week late. So for us, we were just trying to get in our rhythm, trying to do, play our game, which I thought we did for the most part. We're gonna keep working. We're gonna get back in the gym later this week, and I think the score doesn't accurately reflect our efforts here tonight, which is a bummer. But it's a long season.
Yeah, it's very tough because we do have. You were facing Latrell Alford and Emian Thomas, which they combined for I don't know how many points out of the 85, but they were pretty much on fire right now. So, little selfie time here.
That's right. That's what we do. Selfies all day.
But yeah, this game between the Rockets and the Kingsmen about to get underway. I was talking with a couple of the Rockets players. They're looking to pretty much close out the guys in black, the Kingsmen, because their Kingsmen are 1-1, Rockets are 0-2. They're looking to find a good stroke. So, what would be your key if you were the Rockets? What would be your key?
For sure, keys to the game. The Rockets, they don't have a lot of height. If you look down on the red team, a lot of short guys. They're gonna have to look for those open jumpers. Their board game is subpar from what I've been watching. Still exciting team to watch, but they got to just make sure that they're hitting their jumpers, hustling back on D. And I think if they do that, they'll be all right. They're coming against a strong team in the black. They got a lot of big men. They're very physical, this team. So we're just going to see. It's going to be a good match, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Kingsmen are coming off of a tough loss, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. It's going to be very tight, very down to the wire, I'd say. So I'm intrigued to see how this is going to turn out. I know JT, he calls a lot of different calls that you don't see any ref really make. And you have TT Hazard repping this game as well. Right. So I'm intrigued to see how these two guys are going to call this game tonight.
Yeah, JT calls a very exciting game. He makes a lot of calls. He keeps the players honest out there, and which is good, in a game intramurals where there's a lot of scrappy play, a lot of hustle. You need refs to take charge out there, and that's what JT does. He's a fantastic ref, fantastic person on and off the court.
So as these two teams get ready and strategize, let me go down the lineup here for the Rockets. It's Ebon Proctor, Ruben Perez, Casey Wilkes, George Machado, and Adam Wilson. looks like Zach Williams, Kevin Gonzalez, Ron Hutchinson, John Bailey, and one guy in that bright red, which I'm not sure of his name actually. There are some of these guys who I don't even know, and that's usually saying something.
And that's the great things about intramurals. Someone will come in, you don't even know them, and by the end of the season, you know their name and all their stats. So it's an exciting time for a lot of players to come out of the woodwork and shine.
Yeah, and I'm grateful to have a second commentator. Kind of gives my voice a little bit of a rest too sometimes.
Sure. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So, and we're underway here. As it looks like Kingsmen get the starting tip. Gonzalez over to Bailey. Inside, no good. Rebounded by Ruben Perez. Good start for the Rockets on the rebounding side of things.
Might lean over actually.
Yeah, I got a cover camera here too.
Oh, awesome.
Wilkes into Machado. Machado gets it to go.
And that's a big shot. That's really where he's lived in this first couple weeks. So I'm excited to see if he sticks with that game plan or if the red team's going to mix it up a bit.
So Gonzalez at the top, swings it to Bailey. Bailey is known for his presence down low. Count it and a foul. Machado grabs the foul.
Good. Kims is a good player. I've seen him in practice a couple times. He's been working on his game. He's a lot better than he was last year. Last year he was going to play, was ineligible for stuff due to his credits, but he's back out, and we're real excited to see him. He's putting on a show here tonight.
We got Brandon White who grabs the board off of the dead ball. Bailey swings it over to Williams, and Williams knocks down a triple.
And those are the shots they're going to need to make, honestly, Mikey. If they're going to stay competitive in this league, this is what they got to do. They got to hit the threes. Oh, and that's a near miss.
Williams keeps it alive. I mean, not Williams White. That's my fault on that one. Bailey kicks it back out. Back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Williams. Stolen away by Ruben Perez. He's got the open look. Can't get it to go.
Now, Mikey, as we get a break here in the action, do you find it surprising that Kims, who's playing for the black team, he has a red shirt on? Do you think that's confusing for the other team? I'm surprised he's allowed to do that, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I did notice that. It could be confusing, but also I think the Rockets do know who their players are, so they could definitely.
I mean, do you think it's some sort of camouflage to maybe even get better on defense? I don't know. Illusion, maybe.
Maybe. Bailey gets it into White, who's also wearing a red shirt.
I noticed that.
So it's 7-2 in favor of the Kingsmen. Proctor over to Wilkes. Wilkes for a deep three, and he knocks it down.
And he's going to get it to fall. You know, that's one thing you got to understand. Big possums walk late. So if they're missing early, they're not playing their game, that's all right because they're eventually going to step up.
Machado gets on the ground. Almost got the steal. Kept alive for the Kingsmen by Gonzalez. Over to Williams. Over to White for three. No good. Rebounded by Wilkes. Wilkes kicks it up to Perez. Perez loses it. Passed up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez misses the deuce. Kick back out to Bailey. Stolen away by Wilkes. Wilkes one-on-one with Gonzalez. And Wilkes gets it to go. His
and that's a great.
5th point. He's up to 5 tonight.
5 points on the night, and he's playing great on defense as well. You see where his defensive play and playing great defense turns over into offensive points.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Bryce. Good transition buckets. Transition buckets always a plus in this league, or in any basketball game.
For that matter, that is true. When you play good defense leads to good offense. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. Golf, ice hockey, frisbee, good defense leads to good offense, and we're excited to be out here. They are playing, and you notice, Mikey, the score's only 7-7. They're playing a lot of D out here tonight.
Yeah, they are. That is true. A lot more competitive than what I thought it could have been out the get-go, but they came out strong. And
we get a foul here on Ruben, his second of the night.
Thankfully enough, personal fouls don't count in the intramural league.
I'm just trying to keep our viewers informed.
That is true. Gonzalez going to the line, shooting a pair. Gonzalez hasn't really made it to the line that often this season so far.
No, he hasn't. Last year, I remember he was drawing a lot of contact. This year, I don't know if he took some bumps and bruises last year that's making him shy away from the contact this year, but he seems to be playing a lot more mature, smart, more of a jumper style, more of a 2 or a 1 versus his 3 or 4 last year.
Yeah. Well, he also has a little bit more height on this team where he doesn't have to be as down in the post as he has been.
And that's a very good point as well.
DJ came in, loses the ball. And a bucket good by Tibbs.
That's where I'd really like to see. I'd like to see Josh and Kim's, this chemistry that they have. I'd really like to see as the season goes on that chemistry grow and see if they can take that into playoffs.
Gentile misses the layup, rebound, and grabbed by Bailey.
Looks like we have a foul here on the...
And I think that's Ruben again.
That's his third foul, if anyone's counting, which we're not.
But that was on the floor, so we don't have to worry too much. It looks like Tanaya Faison comes in.
Kingsmen are subbing in quite a few. I like how they do the pair subbing. It keeps everybody fresh, and it almost gives them different looks every time they're on the court.
Yeah, we got Aaron Holmes and Ron Hutchinson in. Rockets.
And we also have Tanaya subbing in for the Rockets. One of the 2 females in intramurals, which we'd love to do a story on them later in the year. I think it's real exciting that they're getting involved.
Yeah, I actually did mention that during the pregame show tonight, where we have Tanaya and Mel, who are the 2 lone women in the league, which is the first I've seen in all my history here.
And I'll have to admit, I'm going to be real excited for when they play each other, because I'd like to see the matchup there. Tanaya on Melanice. I think it's going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah. Tanaya actually turned it over to the wrong team.
And that's easy to do when everybody on the court is wearing red.
Yes. Yeah. That is true.
And at halftime, we have a lovely special coming up for you. Thorne McIntosh joins us, the referee from the first game. He's going to give us his insight on what he saw, on what the Little Nicky and the High Rollers can improve on. Looking forward to the season. And so we'll get a nice little talk from him coming up at halftime, so stay tuned.
Now, this is something that's confusing me, Bryce. Tanaya was playing for the Rockets, but she looks like she's playing for the Kingsmen tonight.
Yeah, and that's another thing I think they need to crack down on. Intramurals is a time for fun and stuff, and sometimes, the rules are lax as far as what team you have to play for. For instance, if you notice in the first game tonight, Aaron Holmes, fantastic 3-shooter and defensive threat, played for my team, the Little Nicky and the High Rollers. He came out and played for us, and now he's playing again with his team, the Kingsmen. So it's kind of interesting. I'll see down the road how the intramural officials want to handle that as far as player moving around.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the intramural director, Mr. Delcid, is.
On Delcid, he should be here. I'm not seeing him currently. That doesn't mean he's not here.
I think they might have departed because the office lights are out. So
that's a fantastic insight. The Kings been having a little bit of trouble with their ball movement. Normally, that's a stronger point for them. Ball movement is key to their offense. with the big man running the point, sometimes there's a little bit of hassle, a little bit of confusion. It looks to be a little bit out of their element. Still playing some fantastic basketball here tonight. So we're just going to have to wait and see if this is going to come back to haunt them, the sloppy play early on, or not.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that in the onset of the season, when the staff were playing the Kingsmen, that Ron Hutchinson actually started for them, and he was primarily one of their big men or running point. But he's been coming off the bench as of late, so that's been throwing me for a little confusion.
Right, and last year, if you remember, Ron Hutchinson was on a very minor league squad in a sense where he was carrying the team, and he played fantastic. It's interesting to see what he could do maybe here with a better team, a little bit more tools, a little bit more assets around him. And, let's see if he's going to shine or if he's not used to playing as a team. We'll have to see. So far, it seems like it's working well. I think he's new to the team, and that also has an impact on why he's coming in as the sixth man, the James Harden, if you will.
Yeah, and we got Kim's coming, driving, and he's got the layup for two. He's been good on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Very good on the defensive side of the ball. You can't say enough about their defense. In a game like this, defense is going to win it or it's going to lose it for you. And so far, both teams are saying they want it.
Yeah, DJ just knocked down a pair after the rebound from the Ebon Proctor 3-ball miss. It's 15-10, 9:25 left to go in this first half. DJ kicks it to Proctor. Proctor with his unique three doesn't get to go over to Wilkes.
He does have a very unique shooting style. I was able to catch up with him a couple weeks ago in the season. He learned the move. He didn't really play a whole lot of basketball, so he said he just developed a shot on his own. Some nights it works, some nights it doesn't. Right now it seems to be a little bit off. And there we have Aaron Holmes with a good drive and the foul. Aaron Holmes is a statistically very good free throw shooter. Coming into tonight's game, I believe, if I'm correct, it was 72% from the line. He doesn't get to the line much, but when he does, he makes it count.
I don't even have my record book, so I'm going with you on that one.
Hey, when in doubt, go with me. There it is. So right now he's 50%.
Eight and change left to go in this first half, 15-10, the score.
And honestly, Mikey, are you surprised that the Kingsmen haven't ran away with this yet?
I am honestly surprised that they haven't, because normally I would have thought they would have with the talent and the players that they have, but the Rockets have been doing very well on the defensive side, and they've been more scrappy than they've been before. So,
and here we get a push by Aaron Holmes on the defense side of the ball. Yeah, you can't say enough about this Rockets team. Their defense has really stepped up in a game where, we've talked about this a lot before. Defense will win it or lose it. They have shown that they're able to hang with some of these teams in the league that don't have a Luttrell, that don't have a Mike Stum. These teams without the superstar, it seems like the Rockets are saying, hey, we want a shot at contention and we're here to play. And so far they've done that here tonight.
Yeah, and like I said pregame, they are looking for their first win of the season.
And that can be real elusive.
The staff team actually got their first win against the Rockets last Wednesday, 49-33, off of great post play. And this is what the Kingsmen are really working on right now as Hutchinson steps to line with the N1 opportunity.
And Ron, talk about a player who goes hard to the basket. I think he goes as hard as anybody in this league as far as hustle, tenacity, aggression. When he goes for the rim, you're going to foul or you're going to give up too. We've got a semi-decent crowd here tonight in the Riot Squad barn here.
Hutchinson with the bucket. 20-10. He's got the last four.
And that's a timeout here with 6:44 to play in the first half.
And we'll take the timeout with them. So we'll be back with action here. So stay tuned here on the Mikey Report.
timeout to share a little bit. We got John Manning, a big player for Lil Nicky in the High Roller, suffered an injury due to his real support in baseball, so he will not be playing the rest of this season as far as intramurals are concerned with Lil Nicky and the High Rollers. That's a big blow to their outside shooting game, so we wish him a speedy recovery to him and his family.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to get underway after a timeout. Marquise Thompson had to hold up his dribble. Proctor throws it away. I guess last touch by the Kingsmen. DJ almost loses it, kicks it out to Proctor. Proctor guarded heavily by White. And Proctor gets the height against him as Kims knocks down another pair. (22-10), 6:04 left to go in this first half. Machado fouled by Hutchinson, and Machado will go to the line shooting a pair.
We didn't see a lot from him last year. He's really stepped up his game here for the Rockets. I think he's really found his niche as far as what his role is on the team, and it's been exciting to see him mature into the young player that he is. He's got a lot of basketball ahead of him. So far, he's playing good here tonight.
As Machado missed his first, makes the second, brings the score to 22-11 with about 5:20 left to go. Kims over to White, back to Kims over to Williams.
And Kim's doing some work down low, brings it up to the point to Josh. Gonzalez with it, handling up at the top. He's looking for White, doesn't find him, dishes it off to Ron. Ron for three, and he just misses.
Rebounded by Proctor. Proctor brings it across the timeline. Tries to kick it into Thompson. Thompson loses it to Williams.
Gonzalez bring it back up the court, finds White down low. He goes up for the layup, and it's a make. Brandon White, you can't say enough about the kid. He is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
I could almost call you Stuart Scott on that one. Rest in peace, Stu. Rest in peace. Machado misses. Rebounded by White.
And White dishes over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez's pass is blocked, taken out by the Rockets, and they're on the move on a fast break. Goes up, looks for it, takes the foul.
And no, travel called.
Travel called, excuse me, not no foul. Travel called before the shot, so it will be back to the Kingsmen.
4:06 and counting left to go in this first half. 24-11.
It's interesting to note Gonzalez has been bringing the ball up for point. Last year that was Ron's job. Let's see if they'll switch it off later in the second half if Ron will be running point. And the shot by Williams is good from downtown.
Yeah, I know. I'm so used to saying that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your line. Oh, that's a nice steal. Almost talking to steals. Ron Hutchinson with a nice steal there, almost with the turnover.
Thompson is called for the travel as he falls on his tuchus.
And as a flamboyant JT makes the call. JT's exciting. He really builds the sport. He gets people involved. He's exciting to watch. Almost as exciting as the players.
Yeah, just as long as our game clock operators run the clock normally.
If only our game operators were as on point as JT was.
Yeah, we were having a few, like what? How many issues did we have during that first game?
Quite a few. We also had the problem with Aaron Holmes not being able to keep his sneakers on his feet for some reason. Surprisingly. Oh, they work it down low. Brandon White with the post and the toast. Oh, and the miss. Good try. That's a good
Hutchinson with the grab.
Down low.
Ron Hutchinson with the grab. Kicks it out to Bailey. Kicks it over to White. Into Hutchinson. Misses. White gets it, the board. Oh, that was close. White fakes a three over, swung around to Williams, who goes for Trey. No good. Grabbed by Machado over to Gentile.
Gentile, not really known for his basketball skills as much as his football skills. It was a dominant force in the Patriot Bowl. Let's see if it translates to the court.
Hutchinson with the block.
Steal, baby. We're looking for it. Oh, Grandma, get out the bread and the mustard. It is grand salami time here in Patriots downtown arena. Man.
Did we have a foul?
Man, I just got to say, you can't say enough about Josh Gonzalez. That's no hocus pocus. That's just a lot of focus by Gonzalez out here tonight.
Definitely there, Bryce, definitely. Speaking of Gonzalez and focus, he's got the ball. 1:30 left to go, 29-11 to score. In favor of the Kingsmen, and Gonzalez, money again. Proctor. Over to Gentile. Gentile kicks it to Proctor. Proctor
with a floater that doesn't go. That's what we like to say, Mikey, the $10 million move, the 10-cent finish. Aaron Holmes working the down low. He kisses it off the boards.
Oh, gee. You're making this fun for me, Bryce. I can tell you that right now.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. I enjoy it.
Ruben Perez drives off the rims, rebounded by Bailey.
Bailey coming down with a full head of steam, passes it to Holmes. Holmes looks, backs to Bailey. Bailey does the backwards pass. Looks like someone had their finger stuck on the X button. Ron Hutchinson doing work down low, kisses it off the boards, and that'll go.
35-11 with the waning seconds of the first half.
Let's see if they're going to go for two or just hold last possession here on the shot.
I think they were trying to get something, but didn't work.
Backwards pass. Bailey looking. It's going to be the last shot for Zach.
Williams does not get that last one to go. At 35-11, the halftime score.
We'll have your halftime report coming out with the TMR right after this. Next time I'll dress up. I'll wear a suit and tie.
Grab them chairs.
We'll have halftime scores for you in just a moment.
All right, and we're back here. I'm here with the referee of the first game, Thorne McIntosh. Thorne, you play basketball at the school, so you obviously understand good basketball. What would you see as far as Little Nicky and the High Rollers? What could they improve on? What did you see out there tonight?
I'll tell you what, they had a quick outing and kind of got to get together a little bit better. Some of their defense to offense was pretty rolling. They were slamming and jamming and banging. But the times they moved the ball around, you know, Bryce, you're a good player.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Couple fadeaways, a little shimmy shim, and a pull up. Got everything going pretty well. I think the coaches could be a little bit more crisp with the timeouts and kind of helping you all out when you're getting kind of daggered out there. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah. So you wouldn't really call that a loss as a team. You would say that was more of a coach. The coach lost that one for us. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not 100% saying the coach lost it for you, but I think as a team got better, the coaching didn't excel with it.
That's good. That's real good. Looking at tonight's game, we got a bit of a runaway here by the Kingsmen. They're kind of taking off a bit. What do you see as far as the Rockets? What are their chances of making playoffs? How would you address their scenario as their current situation is right now?
Yeah, I heard that the Rockets are having a meeting after the game tonight, kind of bring it in and refocus it and kind of get back to what made them come out here and get ready to play ball and see if they can find that inner drive to come back and finish out the season strong.
Thank you. I mean, they played fantastic defense coming out of the gate. Seems to be lagging here a little bit. Could be tired, could be slow in the season, early in the season, yet their legs aren't fresh. Thorne, anything else you want to add?
Good WVU.
We're going to edit that out. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be back with second half action after this here on TMR. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about ready to get back underway here with
And we're back.
this
That's a lovely,
second half.
lovely interview with Thorne McIntosh. He's a fantastic guy. I can't say enough about him. He hails from West Virginia. We apologize for that last comment when we said go WVU. We do not endorse any other UVF. Seems like we got some rowdy fans here tonight, Mikey. But hey, that's the name of the game. That's college hoops.
That is true, Bryce. That is true.
Oh, that was a good take by Gonzalez, but he seemed not to be able to make the finish. It seems like we've seen a lot of good moves tonight, Mikey, but they haven't been able to exactly finish. It's a fairly low-scoring game. I don't know if that's just we're used to seeing Luttrell on the court, but it is very low-scoring tonight.
Yeah, this one is actually low-scoring. I mean, Kingsman ended up having 51 points in their first game of action this season. And they ended up losing, I forget what the final score was on Wednesday.
And that's a beautiful steal by Ruben as he brings it up the ball for the Rockets. He passes to Ebon. Ebon drives hard. Oh, but it's stolen by Brandon White. Mama, that man is gone. And a beautiful finish. Oh, but not quite because the iron is unkind. As we have seen in this game, is a low-scoring game. Defensive struggle here tonight, and Brandon White misses another. And that's a beautiful shot by Ebon, but it doesn't go. Rebound by Williams, brings it out to Bailey. Bailey with a long, deep throw. Hail Mary over to Brandon White. Cannot vision. Kims comes back in with the rebound. Doesn't either. It will not go.
Proctor grabbed that board over to Perez. Perez kicks it over to Wilson. Wilson over to Christian Perez. Christian Perez for deep. No good. Rebounded by Bailey.
Rebound by Bailey. Bailey's been playing point guard, which again is surprising to me, considering he is the biggest man on the court. I thought they might want to have him post up down low.
Williams for another triple. And to finish my comment earlier, the Kingsmen had scored 27 in that second game, so they're not averaging the greatest differential right now.
Right, and that's one of those things where if they understand that, they're just going to have to adjust their game and switch it to a more defensive style mindset, which I think they can do and be successful.
Yeah, and Kingsmen are averaging 39 points a game right now, but with the way Williams has been shooting, they might be able to up it just a smidge more.
Rough pass handled by
Proctor. Misses the basket, rebounded by Kims over to Bailey. Bailey swings it down to White. White spots up for three, no good, rebounded by Christian Perez. Christian Perez brings it up. Swings it to DJ. DJ
shoots it
for three.
But that mustard was off the hot dog.
Couldn't catch up on that one.
Hey, that's a good call. Little back and forth, folks. Timeout called by the Rockets. It's apparent that they're very out of shape and out of breath. As far as I'm concerned, Mikey, their chances of winning tonight are slim to none, and I'm afraid Slim just left the building.
Well, I don't think that was actual timeout. I think that was just that might have been just substitutions coming in, because I see Tanaife's on the court now, and for the Rockets, not for the Rockets, for the Kingsmen, and Faison hits a triple.
Wow, Tanaya coming off the bench. It's a big three. Maybe that'll spark this Rockets defense.
Her first three-pointer of the season. Andrew Gentile came in for the Rockets. Machado goes for three. He airs it out.
Fantastic hustle there by the Rockets. They are really showing a lot of heart. Unfortunately, it is not calculated on the scoreboard, but they are playing a heck of a ball game here tonight.
Hutchinson bringing it up for the Kingsmen.
And that's what I like to see. I think that's where Ron is most comfortable in his role as point guard. You see them working the ball real well when he's in there. He got a lot of good ball movement. Down to Bailey in the middle. Back out to Williams. Williams. Back out to Bailey at the point. Point over to Tanaya. She'll take her second three attempt of the night and just misses. Oh, good rebound by White as he dishes it back out to Bailey. Bailey's playing the top. I think they do play a letter with him. As he drives, goes through, pass to Ron, and Ron won't get it to go.
He gets his own board. Ultimately rebounded by Ruben Perez. Ruben Perez gets it to Wilson. Wilson for three, no good. Rebounded by Zach Williams. Williams outlets it to Bailey. Bailey spots up for three, and he knocks it down.
And where was it from?
Downtown.
Let's go. And Bailey, it is interesting. As much as I'd like to see him play down low, he's playing a fantastic up. He's playing a 1. He could be about a 5 or a 6 as far as I'm concerned. But it is exciting to see him down playing up top. And it's exciting to let the big men have a chance to shoot. I know they enjoy that as much as we do watching it. We're going to take this chance also to just give another shout out to the refs here tonight. TT and JT doing a fantastic job giving the fans what they came out here, letting the boys play. They're just letting them have a fantastic time. You see the crowd has grown significantly since the start of the first game. And Mikey, do you think that's a trend going in? The second game, third game always has more fans than the first game.
Yeah, it is a trend, but I mean, we have night classes we're dealing with. People
Very
are
true.
just getting out at right before 9 o'clock, so they're probably just trying to either A, get some homework done, or B, just trying to figure out what else to do the rest of the night. And they're like, oh, intramurals are going on. Let's come on out.
And that's a fantastic point.
14:58 left to go. We're just finishing up with timeout here. 44-11 in favor of the Kingsmen. This could be another 40-point mercy rule.
It is. It's looking like it's going to be a blowout. You know, as far as the Rockets are concerned, we just keep their heads up, keep trucking along. You know, they keep playing ball. These buckets are going to fall eventually.
Yeah, 14:58 left to go. 40-point mercy rule at, I believe, 10 minutes left. So
with the time, 14:58 on the clock, we'll see if they're going to enforce it or if they'll just let it go. This is the last game of the night, I do believe.
Last game of the night. They did it. They did enforce it when it was the Rockets against Primetime, the first game, first night of the season, and Primetime had won 59-18 that night.
Beautiful rebound by Ron, gets it out to Bailey. Bailey takes it up the court on his own. He looks like he's going coast to coast, loses it to Wilson. Beautiful turnover, back over to Ohio State.
DJ is his first name. I don't know about his last name.
First name. Raining Buckets is his last.
Swung around to Gentile, and he knocks down a deuce.
And that's a good shot. You see the first time Gentile comes down, he comes, the shot misses. He's not afraid to get, hops right back in the saddle, takes the shot, goes. And that is the first point of the half for the Rockets, as my information analyst just told me. Matt Godfrey.
We always like to thank our information desk
And we do,
guard.
and that's another thing
Or
we
should we
about.
say, we say in the business, the truck.
The truck, as we say. And you know, another interesting thing, you know, another reason why the Little Nicky and the High Rollers may have been off their game, another big factor, so we have some rowdy fans here tonight, a factor is Matt Godfrey was a healthy scratch we saw tonight due to some scheduling conflicts. He had a red-eye flight, got delayed from California, unable to make it. He's here now with us, and we're excited to see. Hopefully we'll have it next week and the weeks beyond that.
Yeah, hopefully no golf outings will hinder that outcome.
And that's true, and that's another thing I'd like to say. Fantastic support by all the athletes who are in season and still able to make it out for intramurals. It's a lot of heart.
Yeah, we got baseball. We have baseball players who come out. We got softball players. Maybe.
They're gym workers. They're out here just as much as we are. We got to give them a shout out as well.
That too.
In the
45-13, up to 48-13. A little bit. Scoreboard's a little bit behind on this right now. DJ misses. Rebound by Gentile, and Gentile knocks another deuce.
That's good. Right now, looking at the numbers, Gentile right now is 50% from the field. I'd like to see that go up a little bit as the season goes on, but I do believe with the asthma problems and the other things like that, it'll have to come later.
Well, he's got 4 points tonight so far, so hopefully he can keep that up.
And there's Ron. You see it again, just going hard to the bucket. Every time he's on the court, this guy gives 110%. Every time he's out here, and you'll see that'll get him to the line here again tonight. In our information, the truck has left the building.
Thankfully enough, normally TMR is a one-man show.
Well, we got 2 here tonight, and it is going fantastic.
It is. And always thankful to all our fans who have been watching us either live or via tape delay on YouTube. So thankful for everyone who watches us and just
We do. We
keeps
appreciate the
staying
support.
tuned.
Without you guys, there would be no Mikey report. So we just want to give a big shout out. Mikey, what time will this drop on Facebook tonight after the games?
Well, we're currently live on YouTube right now, and it'll be, I don't know when it officially finalizes after the live airs, but I'm sure it will be very quickly afterward because it is usually up almost instantaneously. Casey Wilkes misses a 3. Couple 3 misses.
Gentile with a nice rebound, passes to Ebon. Back to Ebon, looking for a shot, takes the 3. Unconventional shot. Rebound by Ron Hutchinson.
He was very guarded on that one, though, Bryce. I mean, he didn't really have a good look.
He was. Very contested shot, still decided to take it. You know, and this is the point in the game where you got to start trying to make something happen. And I really appreciate that shot. Even though it was contested, he's trying to make something happen. And he's still playing with a lot of heart out there. Mikey, for fans who don't know, if they want to catch this after the game, is this on Facebook, on YouTube? Where can they find this?
It's primarily on YouTube, the Mikey Report YouTube page, youtube.com/user/MEdwardsShow. You can link it through my personal Facebook page, Mikey R. Edwards. I will be posting a link later for any viewers who do not get to watch it, and hopefully maybe our the UVF athletic department will do maybe a little bit more publishing regarding us doing intramural action live.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's a growing process. The sport's coming along. We're getting a lot more interest. And hopefully as this builds, everyone will be on board. It's a fantastic showing out here tonight. A lot of heart, a lot of hustle.
Yeah, last couple of years I haven't been able to do any Mikey Report coverage because of my job situation, but thankfully enough, I'm working close enough where I can do things here, and it's been a blessing to be able to do stuff like this.
And it is. It's fantastic just to be out here on a beautiful night, just getting to do what we love. I want to take a moment to mention that awesome defensive play we just witnessed by Ron Hutchinson. His team's up a lot, and they're still hustling. They're still playing, not getting lackadaisical. And Aaron Holmes is going to inbound now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to be bringing it up the court for the Kingsmen.
And it is a 36-point game. Now, a 35-point mercy rule goes into effect about 5 minutes left. Holmes misses the 3, rebounded by White.
And Mikey, that's a shot where the 3, it's contested, and you're up this much. Do you take that shot?
I don't know, but I mean, you got Brandon White who just knocked down
As Brandon White makes it, and
a
I eat my
triple.
words.
So.
You know, as they're up 3, you know, we saw that a lot in the last game. A lot of 3s. Intramurals is a lot. People enjoy shooting the 3. It's not as much passing as the game is usually played with, but it still works. It's still exciting.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people who will do a lot of passing. Like, there are some teams who do a lot of passing. For instance, my team, the staff team, we do a lot of passing, more so trying to work it inside. But as Brandon White knocks down a pair, and that's a 41-point game with 8 minutes left. So it's a 40-point, technically 40-point mercy rule can go into effect at any point.
And Ebon goes hard in and draws the foul. Mikey, you mentioned something earlier. You said the staff team. Let's take a moment to break that down. The staff team is who you're playing with. The other night you played Coach Ron's team. What's the name of Coach Ron's team?
Actually, there's 2 different staff teams. There's Coach Ron's team, which is called the Super Squad. They wear all superhero T-shirts. Like Coach Ron wears Batman, Mike Stum wears Superman. So pretty much we have to make defensive rebounds a kryptonite to Mike Stum.
Very true.
And we have to put out the Green Lantern of Demetrius Muse from beyond.
That's right, and that's another thing. And a newcomer this year who we haven't got to highlight a lot, I'd like to talk about him right now, Craig Lair. Fantastic player, played here a couple of years ago. He comes back. He's on staff now. He's playing. Have you seen him play at all? What do you think of his play? It looks like more, I would compare him to a Chris Paul facilitator, not a Kobe Bryant, not a shooter. likes to facilitate the ball. Do you think he's a good asset? I only ask this because before the season started, there was a lot of talk on where he was going to go, where he was going to land as far as teams. For a while, it seemed like Lil Nicky and the High Rollers was going to pick him up due to some contract issues with his previous team. He was unable to make it. Do you think he would be a better fit for Lil Nicky and the High Rollers, or if he's okay with his squad on the Super Squad, if he should just stay there and finish out the season there?
I think with the Super Squad, he's got a good fit. He's got Coach Ron, who he played under, and he also has played intramurals in the past. I remember all the way back in 2005, 2006, he did play intramurals. He was a very good, more or less, point guard facilitator role. He's more or less playing like a 2-guard. But with Coach Ron plays mainly the point, so that's kind of been a big differential for having 2 essential point guards on that squad.
Exactly.
Usually playing a full-time role.
And that's how I feel. I feel, honestly, for me, I think he would be a great fit for Lil Nicky and the High Rollers, where right now we're currently struggling, looking for a point guard right now. So I feel Craig had some options. I know he's, announced, that he'll be playing with a different team next year already. Do you think it's too early in the season as we get a hard foul here on Aaron Holmes by Tanaya and Ebon? They kind of double-teamed him, hacked him up there a bit. And
I think it was mainly Ebon.
The deck hard. Yeah, going back to the Craig Blair thing, I know at this point in the season, he's already announced that he will not be playing for the Super Squad again. Do you think it was too early in the season to come out and announce that? Do you think that'll hurt his playing time, or do you think that's going to be a disruption in the clubhouse? I think, honestly, that's a distraction off the court that they don't need. And, shout out to Craig for making his decision known, but it draws a lot of press as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to have too much of a factor, essentially, because of how well they mesh together, and they're pretty much almost, if they keep on going, they'll win the West.
True. Now, do you say, though, the only reason they're winning is because they have Mike Stum? You hear people say, well, it's not fair that Mike Stum's in the league. He's dominating. I enjoy it. He brings out fans. It's exciting to watch him dunk. But, as far as we talk about a lot of the team chemistry on Super Squad, even if they weren't gelling, they'd still be winning a lot of games due to the raw athleticism that they have. So back to the Craig Blair issue. I don't know, if they're kind of going with their chemistry as far as what they should be. It'll be interesting to see down the road if teams catch up to him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, he's battling knee issues, so that could hurt his.
That is true. Very true.
His trade value, if anything.
Exactly, and you got to look at the fact that he's getting up in age for intramurals. A lot of these kids running around are 18, 19, 20 years old. As he continues to get older, at what point do you think he'll retire? And that's another factor. He's left a strong legacy. You don't want to pull a Brett Favre where you start bouncing around from team to team. You're suffering injuries. Next thing you know, Craig might be doing commercials for Wrangler.
Yeah, well, I pretty much came out of retirement, but
Mikey, you're a legend. You will never die.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Bryce. As gentle goes up, but it draws the foul. 3:40 left to go.
Mikey, we've seen a hard-fought battle here by the Rockets. The score, again, doesn't really show the effort that they put in tonight. JT, again, I want to give another shout to JT and TT playing, reffing a fantastic game here tonight as Gentile inbounds to Ebon with the shot. It's unorthodox, and it doesn't go. Again with Gentile playing a hard rebound down low. He's playing like a 5, and he's honestly a 1. Fantastic haircut, too.
I'm still trying to get my hair back to the way I want it.
Well, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, some days I don't have that time.
It is. It's tough having a full-time job. I understand. As Tanaya goes in with a fantastic play, is fouled, but there's no call. Sir, I believe JT's got to call that. I know it's late in the game, but you got to call that, and he does as she gets 2. I mean, you could have made that call with Braille.
Tanaya doesn't get the 2. Kim's actually gets the 2.
I'm sorry. Do you feel there's any discrimination against the women in the league because they're so groundbreaking, so revolutionary in a way? Do you think they have a sort of glass ceiling in the game as well? Do they have to play harder than everybody else? Or do you think it's pretty fair out there?
I think it's pretty fair. I mean, Tanaya has played collegiate ball, so she knows what the game's like. It's just she's just trying to get used to playing with the guys' ball because that's the primary usage here in our league compared to playing on a women's basketball side where they're playing with a couple pounds, couple inches smaller.
And as Ebon does work on Tanaya with great defense, gets a steal, goes to Aaron Holmes, stolen back.
But a blocking foul is called.
Fantastic defense by Ebon and Tanaya. They've really done work here late in the game. You see a lot of players are huffing for breath. Tanaya and Ebon are doing a solid two-man job out here tonight.
And
it looks like they've called the game. 17.
No, I don't think they've called it.
No, they have not called it. My apologies. Looked like they were going to. Looked like JT had his hand up looking for the call. Didn't get it.
No, I think he was just like, let's get this done.
You are correct. Yeah, that's right. He was just looking to speed the game up.
Which I personally don't mind that at all because we got to close up shop here tonight. Just want to once again thank everybody for tuning in. Want to thank the pit for hosting us as always.
Mikey, did you see that down on the sidelines? You see the absolute hustle and heart out of Ron Hutchinson doing push-ups on the sidelines there for the errors he made in the game. You know, you can't teach hustle, you know. As Barry Bonds once said, it's not all about the steroids.
Well, I do have to admit it has been very interesting, to say the least.
A hard-fought game here as we're coming into the winding seconds of this second and final game. Tomorrow we're back with 3-game action, I do believe, starting at 8. There was a cancellation tonight at 8 due to the staff team not having enough players and some stuff like that. We're looking forward to seeing them get back on the court.
Yeah, staff game is going to be at 9 o'clock tomorrow night against the Super Squad, so that's going to be a hard-fought battle, to say the least. I was talking with Demetrius Muse. He says they're beatable, but I have my doubts because I know we will be we'll have a healthy scratch in Tim Lateef.
And he's such a vital part of your offense. He runs the point magnificently. He does a lot of work, so that's going to be interesting to see. Who do you think is going to run the point for you guys tomorrow?
Primarily, I think it's going to be Young Park. Right.
Oh, another fantastic player.
But like I said earlier, our big point is the bigs, and I think we'll be able to compete. And as long as we can keep Young on Demetrius, I think we'll be fine. Or someone pretty speedy on Demetrius will be fine. I'll probably more or less be guarding Craig because we both have some leg issues right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see that matchup. We got Mikey Edwards. Tune in tomorrow night to see Mikey Edwards on Craig Lair. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup, mano-a-mano. If you think you have what it takes to match up with him tomorrow night, it's going to be a hard-fought battle, and it comes down to a man-on-man show. I'm interested to see as we have the winding seconds coming down here in the game here tonight.
I think it's going to be a very good hard-fought battle. I think both our teams are very strong, even though our records both are not shown. Our first game was just a tough one against the Kingsmen. And this game is final 64-21 in favor of the Kingsmen, or 67-21. They just changed the score on us here. So we're going to finish up everything here.
And a fantastic hard-fought battle by both teams. Great sportsmanship, no issues. We're going to head down the court, maybe see if we can snag an interview with Tanaya maybe before the game's end. I would love to try and do that. If not, it's okay.
We probably won't be able to because I'm shutting down because 11 o'clock is when they shut down the building. So
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a good night and God bless. Stay classy, Phoenixville.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
And stay classy.